Right, hiya, this is Steve Cook. I've just got back, I'm a bit wet, it's been raining. Right, so I've just set up a virtual machine which I've called XP Dual Boot. That's XP, Windows XP and Ubuntu Mate. I've just put a virtual CD of the XP in, so I'm going to install XP first. So here we go. Right, so right, on partition space, yeah, okay. Let's do it. Let's format it with the NTFS file system, which is what I saw on your partitions. So just to make this as duplicated as possible with your machine, do that. I've got a feeling, in fact, the reason you've got all those partitions isn't anything to do with a problem with installing Ubuntu Mate or Ubuntu. I think it will go exactly as it did with my others with Windows 7. I think the reason you've got all of those is because you were you'd already started installing it and you stopped that install halfway through, where it had already allocated some partitions for Ubuntu, and then you stopped it. And when you've come to start it again, it's shown all of these partitions. I think that's what the problem is, but I'm going to go through the whole process to clarify in my mind that that's what it is. If that's what it is, it should be fixable. We should be able to delete all of the partitions that have been temporarily made by that partial install and start again, and you know, reinstall Ubuntu Mate or Ubuntu alongside. That's what I think, but I'm not certain yet. So here we go. It's going to. I think we're in. Has it done it? My goodness, no, that was quick. Or is it just going to install now? Right, it's installing. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the movie, because there's no point in you sitting through the entire installation of XP. When it's installed, I'll start the movie up again. Okay? Right, okay, we're in. Windows XP is installed. There it is. So the first thing I want to do is just get straight out of that. Turn off. And go back to the actual machine there. Right, click settings, and I'm going to go and I'm going to put in. I'm going to take out the XP CD, obviously, and I'm going to put in the Ubuntu Mate CD. There we go. So click OK. So now if I start it now, it would be like my previous videos where it's going to try and install alongside. Now this is where we're going to find out if it's going to act orderly like yours did, or if it's just going to be seamless like it was with Windows 7 alongside. I've got a feeling it's going to be seamless, in which case that tells me the problem is because you halted the original side-by-side installation halfway through, but we'll find out now. Okay, here we go. Alright. Oh, actually, before we do, I want to stop that. Nothing wrong with it. What it is I want to take a copy of that, so that if I screw up, I don't have to reinstall Windows. So I'll just clone. It's a clone. This you don't need to know. Basically, this just says me. It makes an exact copy of whatever I've got as a virtual machine. So I'm just going to clone that. That'll take a minute or two. Don't worry. I'll just sit tight for a minute or so. Otherwise I'll be installing it again just to do something else. So this is the advantage of, oh, there we go, done. Right, okay, so I'll go back to this one again. Right, so I've got the Ubuntu Mate CD, and here we go. Right, so I'll just go to full screen. Here we are. Right, okay. So, we'll install Ubuntu. Download updates, install third-party software, click continue. This is where I was a bit of a think at the start. Right, it says this computer currently has Microsoft Windows XP. Yeah, it's recognised it. What would you like to do? And then it gives the standard options: install Ubuntu alongside, erase and install Ubuntu. Right, we ignore the others. So, right, okay. We'll install Ubuntu alongside Microsoft Windows XP Professional. Click continue. And then it's made the sort of rational partition there, which we could move if we wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave them as those partitions. So I'm going to install now. Do that. And then it gives us the confirmations. There's a couple of these, I think. Yeah. Click continue. And it all seems to be going without any problems. So this is what I thought it was. Yeah. Go on, click continue. English. Put my name in, password, click continue. Yeah, it's working. So if I go back to that there, minimise that down there. Right, what this is suggesting is that it is as suspected, that the reason you've got all of those partitions showing is because you were doing this installation before and you stopped it halfway through because it seemed to be taking a long time, but up to that point what it had already done was allocate certain partitions for the new Ubuntu installation. You stopped it, Windows is still working, but you've now got all of these other partitions. What we're going to need to do is to delete all of the extra partitions out, so you're just left with Windows still. That's could be interesting. We'll manage it. So what I'll do is I'll stop this now and I'll start it again when this is installed, and then we'll just check that it is dual booting, so that it is fully working, and then what we've got to do is go back and fix yours so that we can do this. Okay, so I'll just stop this now. Right, I'm back again. This is my son Jacob.
No,
Sure enough. He's home from his university studies at the moment, living off the largesse of his parents. Right, okay, so it's finished installing there. It's finished installing there, so if I click restart now, we can now check if it's actually dual booted. So,
see you later, world.
Alright, mate. Thanks for the coffee, fella. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, cool.
We'll do your bike in a bit, alright?
Yeah.
Alright, good lad. So, now as you know, in the virtual machine it'll just get stuck here, so what I'll need to do is actually force that closed, which I think is just, power off the machine. And I'm going to make absolutely sure that Ubuntu, it is empty. Good, it's left. It's been virtually taken out the drive. You would take it physically out the drive. And now I'm going to see if it dual boots. So here we go. And if it does, then there it is. Looks like both of them there. We'll try Ubuntu, then we'll try XP. Right, there's Ubuntu. Ubuntu mate. And this will be the same for Ubuntu. I'm certain you'd have exactly the same thing with Ubuntu. It would work just the same. So, if I close that down, restart, and we'll go see if we can get into Windows. Yeah, ignore that. And there we are. Yep. Right. Okay. All of those partitions are as a consequence of you cancelling the installation of Ubuntu Mate, or Ubuntu, whichever it was that you did, halfway through the first time round. So what we've got to do now is figure out which of those are XP and XP alone, and which of those are all the other ones. So what I'm going to need you to do for me is to put a post up on the thread telling me precisely where in the installation process you cancelled it. The reason being is you remember I took that clone there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and install Ubuntu Mate and then cancel it at exactly the same point you did, so that it'll leave the same mess of partitions on there, and then I can mess around finding out. And I think I know which ones it is that need deleting anyway, but it means that I can delete the ones that need deleting, make a video of that, so that you can delete the ones you need to delete, and then you can then reinstall Ubuntu Mate. So a bit of a faff now, but we should be able to do it. So I'll just I don't want to restart. Right, so I'll close that down, turn off computer, yeah, that's that, turn off. Right, in the first instance what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this video. I'm going to concatenate all the three, I think it's join. I'm going to join all the three videos together that I've made of all of this, put them into one video, and I'll post it up there, and then we'll take it from that point. Okay.